Hey everyone, welcome back to Modern Retro Gal. My name's JL in case you're new to my channel, and I am really excited to be back. I know it has been a little bit. Sorry if I'm looking over in this direction. I have my camera flipped in a different direction, so I'm used to looking for the camera over here, but it's over there. Also, I have a couple of flies. Driving me crazy. And you may hear some noise in the background. Our neighbors are having yard work done at their homes. So yeah, not an ideal time to film, but when is really? So this is going to be the beginning of a 4-part series where I am going to discuss some things that I do to care or to style my fine hair. I thought about extending it into like maybe a 5 or 6-part series, but I thought like that's too much and too many videos, and I could probably condense this into 4 parts. So yeah, so that's what will be coming up tomorrow, which is not going to be tomorrow when I put this video out. It'll be tomorrow in real time. So by the time this video goes up, I will have had my hair cut and colored. I'm so excited. So excited that my salon is back open. So I will update you in the next video as far as the product I'm going to talk about in this one, which is this Revlon. Now I can't remember what it's called. That's really bad. It's their like volumizing brush dryer. I'll have the name of it like somewhere. Which I was gonna clean it off, but it has my hair. So this is a like brush and blow dryer in one, and this is really, really great, especially if you're a fine-haired gal. This is how it turns out on me. I also have a video showing how I do it on my hair. My hair is a little bit longer in that video. I kind of did a self-quarantine trim. My bangs are also a little bit longer in that video. And I've had that video filmed like a couple of months ago, to be honest. Like, that's how not with it I have been filming. To say there's been a lot going on is an understatement. So anyways, I am going to talk to you all about what I like about this, the things that I think are really great about it. I will cut in the sped up video of me using this on my hair, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about things that I would like to see improved on it, but it will be specific to my hair type. Everything that I'm going to talk about is going to be very specific to my hair type. What is my hair type? It is baby fine. I have a decent amount of hair, but it is very fine. I do have like a weird curl pattern on this side of the front of my bangs or fringe. From the middle to this side, it's very straight. No bizarre curl pattern, but I have one over on this side, and then I have a very bizarre curl pattern cowlick like right here where my head is flat. Right there. So doing my hair is always really interesting, trying to make sure that all of those things are balanced. This does help somewhat. The main reason why I really love it is because it is your like blow dryer and brush in one. I have joint issues, including that do affect my shoulders. And so having to deal with a blow dryer and a brush, trying to dry my hair when I want it kind of straight or maybe just like with a little bit of wave. This is the curl here at the end that this will put into my hair. If I really work harder at it, I can get more wave a little bit up top, but this is just kind of like my basic everyday how I wear it. I usually just kind of put some clip on the side, maybe pull the side up more. And if it's not in a ponytail, this is how I wear it down for the most part every day. I don't do like curl patterns and curl sets every single day. Just especially because being in quarantine, I just don't have anywhere to go. So this is kind of just like my basic everyday hair. And this has really helped. I do find that for my hair, it works best if my hair is at least 60% dry. 60 to 70% dry is kind of my sweet spot. I've seen other people who have done reviews who prefer it to be about 80%. I think it really just kind of depends on your hair type. Like I said, I have baby fine hair. I have a decent amount, but because it is so fine, it just doesn't, it looks like I have 5 hairs on my head. Also, I have a slight wave, but it is not consistent all over my head. The underneath is much wavier than the top, and the right side of my head is curlier than naturally than the left side of my head. So leaving my hair au naturel straight out of the shower is really not an option. It just never fares well. So the shape of it is kind of like a, I don't know, oblong, ovally shape. You can get a good view of it. The bristles are more densely packed on this short side. And then on the longer side, it's mainly just these longer bristles, but it has like some shorter, you're gonna see all my hairs, but it has like those shorter like brush hairs. So when you're really trying to like pull and smooth, like that's the motion that is going to give that to you. It's a little bulky, but considering it is your blow dryer and brush in one, it's really not that big of a deal. I don't have a lot of arm and shoulder fatigue when I'm trying to use it, so that's a huge plus. It really, for travel, doesn't take up really any more room than if I was traveling with that fly. If I was traveling with like hair curlers and a brush for blow drying, potentially a travel size blow dryer, and some like curlers. Did I talk about that yet? For setting hair. So it really, even though it is kind of big, it really doesn't take up that much more room than all of the things that I would normally travel with. And so, yeah, I really like it. I think it works well for my hair. In the bangs, it's a little like hit and miss. This length that I have cut it to, I do find that it actually works a little bit better than the style and the length of my bangs in the video. You'll see that I do struggle like a little bit with it. So if you have like Betty bangs, or if you have bangs where you want them to be like very, just kind of more like curved and straight down, it's okay. You're just gonna have to really play with it. It's not the best at it. But this kind of like brushed over, when I get it cut, they're gonna be more like, even more like baby, like micro textured bangs. So I think for that style bang, where you're not looking for something that's like very like perfect and smooth, that this would be fine. If you have like the longer curtain bangs, this is going to be great for that. But that kind of mid-range, you know, kind of right at the eyebrow bone level, it's not, at least for my type of hair, it wasn't the best with. So that being said, I do recommend it. I think it's really great. I know that there is a brand that has a little bit more expensive version. I think Hot Tools has a version, and I've heard good things about that. But when compared to the Revlon, it's so similar that for most people, they probably wouldn't notice the difference. And so the Revlon one, like, if you don't want to pay the Hot Tools or whatever other more expensive brand has one, then the Revlon one works just as well. It has 3 settings. I thought there was a spider hanging off of this thing. I was about to scream and throw this. There is a cool setting, a low, and a high. I typically go off the low setting. Like I said, I wait till my hair is about somewhere between 60 and 70% dry, and it works just fine. So I'm going to throw that video up now of me using this, and I'm going to come back and tell you the things that I would like to see changed or improved on. And again, that's going to be really specific to my hair. If you have thicker, more textured hair, I can't say for sure how this will work on that. But for fine thin hair, I do feel like it does like a really nice job of I don't really so much use it for like necessarily volume, but just the ease of getting like a nice blow dry blowout to my hair is what I enjoy it for. So here's that video, and then I will be right back. Okay, so you could see in the video where I did have some issues kind of like figuring out what it was doing with my bangs. I think that when I filmed it, I'd only had this thing for maybe about a week or so. And again, this sort of shorter length, because I'm not trying to get it like really smooth and straight down, I can work with a curl on this side of my bangs, and so it's not such a hassle. So things that I would like to see improved. I honestly would prefer a more rounded than this sort of oblong shape. And I would also almost kind of prefer that these like shorter bristles just kind of wrap all the way around it, so you could really like get a nice pull on it. It does have good pull, but I do feel like because my hair is so fine that it sort of just like slides through it sometimes, and so I kind of need more like grip in there to really pull and smooth it through. I have heard that some of the more expensive brands that have a blow dry brush like this have a better grip on the sides for that smoothing and straightening process. I'd also like to see them try and figure out ways to do different size attachments. I would like a smaller size brush for doing my bangs. I think that would be something that would really set this apart from other ones, is having the top come off and having like a smaller size on there to do bangs, or just if you have really short hair, I think this is going to be too big. So that's just kind of like a personal thing for me. As far as the size and the shape, I would just prefer a round brush instead of this oblong shape, and detachable, like different size brush heads. The other thing, and this is really something that is purely for me, one of the main reasons why I only use the or the low setting is because the cool and the high setting, the frequency that this thing puts off when pushing air out is really high pitch, and I have a little bit of like noise sensory issues, and so it's like nails going down a chalkboard for me. Some people may not notice it and not have an issue with it, but if you have any like noise sensory issues, the cool setting and the high setting are just really high pitch, and it's really bothersome for me, so I really don't use them very often at all. So if they had a way, and I understand like the motor is like down in this area, and so like they're not going to be able to make it like super quiet, but if that's something that they could work on, that would be fantastic for me personally. But it doesn't stop me from using it. I just don't use those settings very often unless I absolutely need them. The only time I really use a high setting is if I'm in a little bit more of a hurry to get it dry, and maybe I haven't waited as long as I normally do for it to kind of be a little bit drier. So, but I do think this is a great tool for anyone with fine hair that is looking just to add volume and to be able to get it dry in a relatively easy manner. Whether you are doing a more modern hairstyle, or if you are someone who prefers to do your sets dry instead of wet, I think this would really help, because it'll help dry and add that initial volume in before maybe you do like a dry roller set or an iron set on your hair. So definitely check it out. I think it retails around $60 depending on where you get it from, but it's definitely worth the money. And like I said, if you're a fine hair gal, this is a really great option for you. I definitely think it's worth the investment. So that is it for me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, found it informative, and next week I will be back with a little tips and tricks video for styling fine hair. Again, my hair is going to be a different color and maybe a slightly different haircut. So I will be playing with it over the next week to kind of, because what I'm going to be showing you I've normally been doing on my hair that has been longer. And so I just have to adapt it to what it's gonna be like then. So yeah, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to click the bell or the subscribe button and the bell so that you will always be notified when I upload. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It'll really help me out with YouTube and people showing YouTube that people like me. So anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys are all doing great. You're safe and sound. And yeah, I will see you the next time.